your video quality suddenly improved? I don't know how your network changed.
Even now my voice is better. I mean, previously I was getting my own echo
Oh,
every time. So it
that gets very
was so
annoying,
annoying.
Like to, yeah, listen to
Yes,
yourself
yes,
twice.
yes.
So that's that.
Yes. So where we are, you are saying that, okay. So one thing I just want to tell you that yes, the point you have mentioned that you don't want to get into the topic immediately when you meet with your learners. This is very good thing because I really have some few bad experience with tutors. So they're like this. Yes. Once they stumble upon their learner, they start firing questions like without making them comfortable, and because of this learner gets a bit nervous,
Hmm.
and then you don't feel comfortable, and then you cannot speak things as you can speak.
True. True.
It
This happens.
happens with me recently. So I was wondering that, oh my god. And there is no smile throughout the session, no single smile. I can't bear
Ayo,
such people like this. Oh my god, how can
that's scary,
so it's horrible, I guess. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
scary.
It's almost like you're in a school. So I don't like to going back to my school days. I hate that. So that's there. I don't like when people are firing questions and everything. I remember once I had a counselor like this. So from that experience, I learned that whoever your client is, whether you are in a profession or you are in a teaching thing or any type of setting, be smiley, be, I would say, very open to experiences, be a good listener, be a good provider as well. So that really helps build a rapport with the person, that who you are interacting with. So that's there. It
Hmm.
also gives you an idea about what the student
Yeah.
wants.
Yes, yes. I mean, once you will get a free space to speak, I think this is how a learner can improve. And this is how I can absorb things from you as well immediately. If I feel comfortable,
Yeah,
I can imitate your every single sentence, every single words, and I can learn things immediately
true.
in between the
Exactly.
session. So if I don't feel comfortable, I will not learn in this way for sure.
True.
So yeah.
And I don't
Okay,
like
I
that.
think we should start with our session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Makes sense. Let me open the topic. In the previous session, the topic was, let me go with the previous one because the second one is also good, like the one for this session. But the previous one is interesting. It's about big city or small towns. So it's a very debatable topic.
Okay.
So let's start with
Yes.
this. If you had a choice to choose where you want to live, what is your professional, not
Hmm.
professional, but I would say first choice? Where do you want to live? A big city or a smaller town? What do you prefer?
I would prefer big cities for sure.
Okay. What are your reasons? Can you get my voice? I don't know. Something interrupt. Okay, yeah.
No, no. I think your screen was frozen, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Now am I audible?
Yes. Now you're
Yeah. I
audible.
was asking, what are your reasons to stay in a big city?
Because I have good. I mean, I have enough amount of experience of living in village area.
Okay.
Okay, so I know what kind of problems we have in that place. Like
Hmm.
you have to struggle for basic amenities, and due to this, I think yeah, uh, a person can be how to say, like a person can be, how to say, let me frame another way. I
You
mean,
can say it
because
in Hindi.
due to less resources, a person gets less chances to experience or to involve herself or
Hmm.
himself in terms of
Hmm.
having knowledge or developing skills or exploring things or exploring to the world. All
Yeah.
right. So, and but here in big cities we have everything in at every price, at every cost, as per our convenience. We can go for it, we can choose, and then we can use it in order to
True.
have good future. So
Yeah.
that's why I chose big cities.
True. Same. I think I was born and brought up in Delhi only, so I very much understand the I would say the things that Delhi offers as a big city, which I won't find anywhere else. So I think that is what really attracts people.
Hmm.
When you're in a big city, there is a concept of choice. You get to choose what you want. You get to choose. You get to pick out what fits
Hmm.
your needs. But I think when you're in smaller towns, you really just have to go with the flow. Whatever is available, you have to accept that. So that's that. I mean, basic
Exactly.
amenities, as you said, like even if there's a
Accept.
hospital in a smaller town, there will be like one hospital, right? So no matter what happens, you have to go there. In Delhi, it's full
Yes.
of hospitals, clinic. If one doctor is not having a good rapport with you, you can go
Hospital.
to another one. There is that choice, but you don't get
Exactly.
that in a smaller town.
Yes, yes. And in village, you have to struggle for almost everything:
Definitely.
transportation, hospitals, and
Yeah, yeah.
schools, and your infrastructure for everything, and everything. I mean, there is light, basic
Yeah,
facility,
true.
electricity, water. So these are the problems.
That's true. I think schools one too is very concerning. I feel like the government really needs to work on that area because I remember when I go for some places when I'm going or traveling with my parents or when I volunteer for NGOs and everything, I realize how
Hmm.
badly students are struggling to get to the place where they study because their house is uh, like 15 kilometers away. And to a city person, 15 kilometers
Hmm.
sounds very normal. Reason being, we have the transportation to reach. We have cars, we have bikes, we have metros, we have buses, we have autos, we have so many options from cheap to luxurious, we have everything. But when you talk about
Yes.
a village, 15 kilometers, you will just see plain road and there's no transportation. People are traveling on their cycles or they are traveling on foot. So that
On
is that
foot. Yes.
15 kilometers suddenly starts to look like a lot of distance. So that's
Exactly.
there.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's there. That I can understand. Definitely in those amenities, I think big cities are definitely a better choice. So that's there. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. According to you, what has better experience in terms of general life? If you put out the facilities part, how do you think the life is different in a city, and how do you think it's more comforting or worse, whatever your experience is?
Okay, so like everything has their own, I mean, pros and cons. So
Hmm.
living in village area, remote area also has everything happens, or same thing can be followed in big cities as well. So
Yeah.
I have already told you about big cities. Let's talk about village area. Water. People are very genuine in village area. Not everyone, but most of the people are not clever like
Hmm.
cities people.
Yeah.
And there is emotion in village. When you go to the village area, people start talking to you without knowing about you. They always have a smile, a big
Yeah.
smile on their cheek, right? So they are very open for people for
They're
everything.
very welcoming. Yeah.
At the same, yes, well, what is the word?
Welcoming.
Welcoming.
Yeah.
Welcoming,
Welcoming. No.
welcoming,
Yeah. Yeah.
welcoming. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Welcoming. And another thing is like, the process when you see how they live their life in that process itself, they are very close to the nature, like how they are using animals and how they are serving animals,
Hmm.
land, water, everything. The process they have, they
True.
are very genuine, and through that process they are serving to the nature, and they are getting from the nature back for their self. So they
Yeah.
have very good, very conventional process to live a perfect life with
Hmm.
balance, with the balance, I mean, with nature and everything. Okay, they give value to everything, because we are celebrating lots of festivals. So in each festival we signify things without, I mean, those things without sorry, I mean, things without them, we cannot think to live. We cannot think to have a smooth life. Okay, like water and animals and sharp. What to say? A knife like aujar. I am not getting the word.
Weapons?
Aujar.
Auzar, okay. Yeah.
Weapons. I mean, the weapons they use for their daily lives. Okay.
Ah, okay.
For in farming.
Oh,
Okay?
tools.
Yes.
Auzar is then tools.
So they tools. Yes. Tools. Yeah. So they worship every tools and they give importance to everything which is required. So they know what is the importance of things, what is the importance of nature, what is the importance of air, water, everything, and
Yeah.
they just follow them. But in cities, people are, I feel that they are insensitive, a bit insensitive.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people are coming outside. There are lots of people. They are still, I think, because the whole lot of people are living in city areas. So this is the responsibilities of them that they should use resources carefully. At the same time, they should be sensitive towards nature and towards everything, whatever we have. So this is something I feel they are lacking because of the lifestyle they have. Suppose like those who are living in a city, they are living in a flats, right? And they just turn on the tap and they're using water unnecessarily. I mean, they can slow the speed of water, but they don't do. They just want all the facilities, all the amenities. They forget their own responsibilities. Okay, what the responsibility they have, and not because I think the fault is I mean, this is the parents' fault. They don't provide this kind of habit or teach them in this way, and this becomes like a habit. So they are very insensitive, and when we say that stop doing this, they feel nothing. They feel like, oh, why are you shouting, why are you barking like this? They have this kind of attitude.
Yeah.
So this is a very annoying, and this is unacceptable in my understanding. And no matter what kind of conditioning you have, once you are grown enough, you have your own brain for everything, for every other things that you don't want to be interrupted by other people. In the same way, you should use your brain in order to follow the rules of the nature.
True.
Because you are a human being.
Yeah.
And you have that capability to understand yourself and your brain. So this is something makes me so annoying. I can't control myself when I see this kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a particular word for it. It's called,
I think this is one thing.
Yeah. There's a word for what you just said. I would say that city people are very, they feel very entitled. Entitled in the sense that they feel that, yeah, it's water, we should get it. They have that attitude. Whereas when you talk to people in the village, they worship water, they worship food because they respect it, they know how hard it is to get. But when you're in a city, you never learn the process of how that water is coming to your home. You simply get it. So they don't understand the value. So they take it in a very entitled way that it's basic necessities. Government should provide it. They should provide it for free to us. So they don't understand the value of it. They always feel very entitled. So they have that
Okay,
attitude, I think. Yeah. So that's there. So I would say, yeah, that's true.
I think it's all about habits. I mean, even though people are aware enough about
Nowadays,
such things,
yeah.
I must say they have read in their moral science for sure, whether they are living in rural area, whether they are living in cities areas.
Yeah,
But
true.
when it comes to implement things regularly in your habit, so they always choose to have pleasure and facilities, and they have time to go outside, to go for cinema and to go for hang around. So they don't feel that this is time wasting. But when the moment we talk about please pay attention toward these small tiny things.
Yeah.
It hardly takes few seconds, but we are not willing to change ourselves. We always want to change others. So I think this is something coming from.
Yeah, I would agree. Makes sense. Hey, I'll pause you here. It's 56. We are left with 2 minutes. Before I continue to chat up and not give you a feedback, let me try to wrap
Yes,
up the
yes,
feedback.
please.
Right? Okay. Right. So
Yes.
as per the feedback, see, I really appreciate your usage of idioms and words, because I think you try from your end, deliberately try to push in words and new words and phrases. So that's a very good thing that you go, like, if you know that your sentence is wrong, you try to reframe it, you try to use the words. That will help you in the longer run in terms of actually remembering the vocab, which is a huge problem for a lot of learners. So I think that's great. Please continue that habit. Do not leave it behind. It will help you in the longer run in terms of idioms. What I would suggest is you do have a good sense of vocab, but try to expand your vocab in terms of phrasal verbs, idioms, phrases. Because when you want to sound more like a native, sound more advanced, idioms and phrases are more helpful. Because when you use very tough words, right? So, for example, if I start using really, really tough words like jeopardy or arduous and words like this, people might not understand what I'm trying to say until and unless the other person is also as advanced as me. So we want to communicate in a way that they understand and we sound educated enough
Yes.
in the language. So for that, I think phrases, idioms, phrasal verbs, these are always a better option.
Exactly.
So expand your area towards that. Um, as for
Yes.
grammar, you sometimes make singular plural mistakes, right? So for example, in some places you might slip in the word peoples,
Yes.
even though people is already plural, right? Or
Yes.
every
Yes.
tools. When you're
Plural.
using
Yes. Yes.
every,
Yes.
with every, we never say tools. You will say tool, singular.
Tool.
So these
Yes.
kind of very,
Only
very
tool.
minor
Yes.
mistakes, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just be careful about your singulars and plurals. As for the tenses, I could not notice any mistakes in terms of tenses. At least for this class, I can say there were no mistakes related to tenses. But yeah, singular and plural should be an area where you can focus, and it will help you in framing your sentences better, right? Because sometimes you tend to get confused
Yes.
also,
Yes.
that what word am I using,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that's there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the only thing you need to be paying attention to in terms of grammar. But yeah, phrasal verbs and all are definitely helpful. Go ahead with that. I think I might have some resources that can be helpful to you. Let me just quickly check out if I can share with you, because phrasal verbs and everything, I have a few links. I would say you can quickly maybe take a screenshot of it or something. And yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
we're at the last minute. You should
Yes.
take a screenshot very, very quickly, right? So, or copy the message, whatever suits for you, right?